This is an initiative of Mulisa and SASMU. You'll soon know about Mulisa. Most of you know SASMU. And we'll be having series of career talks. We've already thought of multiple ideas we've had, and we're going to share with you, probably not today, but with time. The objectives of the career talk for today in particular is we really want to introduce what Mulisa is to you people, and also to introduce what is this concept of career talk that we are talking about. And also for today, we want to tackle probably, we felt this was the best first, we felt this was probably the best topic to start with, which is to discuss about careers in statistics. And for that, Madam Joyce will take us through that. So what is Mulisa? Mulisa stands for Maseno-University Laboratory for Interdisciplinary Statistical Analysis. We are not alone in Maseno. We are part of a wider team that is global under the same Laboratory for Interdisciplinary Statistical Analysis. It's called LISA Consortium, which has a headquarter in the US, University of Colorado. Now, across the country, a globe, the LISA in a university is not necessarily a must that it has to be in the Department of Statistics like ours. Some places have them in the Department of Agriculture. Some places have them in a different department, but for us, we were lucky. We put it in our own Department of Statistics, which is a lot more relevant in our context. For Mulisa, we have three main broad aims. The first one is to training mostly on skills that are important out there for students when they leave the university. And we don't just train students, we train even other people on skills that are important, focusing on statistical skills. Another aim is to really build capacity and to consult. And that means people who are doing research work, they can come and we guide them through their work. Probably starting from proposal writing all the way up to the analysis and report writing. And the last one is we really want to collaborate both within Maseno-University and outside Maseno-University with other institutions, other researchers, and also with the local administration or local companies, so that we can empower our own. We are not limited to local, but we can also, we have room to collaborate internationally. So far, we've had two projects. The first one is a project, it's called CM Lab. It's about, it focused on measurements of a lot of health data in the county of Kisumu. It's a project under Palladium, and the project itself is also called Tupime County. Our main tasks there were what we call desk reviews. This is something for the students who are here, probably you might not be familiar with, and of course you're familiar with data analysis. So we were working with the available data and analyzing and helping them to get some reports. And the second project we are working on is with the Lake Region Economic Bloc called LREB. And our main task there is to train them on data handling skills. Mulisa's activities vary across the aims. One of them, like you've already mentioned, is to actually collaborate and to have projects. But other things which came as a result is we brought up the idea of having attachments, and we had several attachments, and students were able to produce what we call cheat sheets. I think with time you'll know about them, but they're basically just sheets to help somebody summarize context in a certain module in Maseno, and not just in Maseno, but even just statistically. And of course, Another achievement we've had through the attachment is we've had several students compete in an international statistics literacy project poster competition. We didn't win, but we were very happy because it's the very first time Kenya was represented, and it was a very nice poster, very well done. Other things we've done include diverse training, which some of you already know. We've done analysis of, we constantly help people do analysis of data, both students and other staff. And also other things that we work with other departments at proposal writings. Almost every other day, Madam Jess and I, we are out just getting how we can write proposals with people. And of course, we look forward to developing more educational resources around the field of statistics and its application across different disciplines. And about consulting, it's something it's a work in progress. Originally, Maseno, we had a drop-in center, but we are still wondering whether we should even do further than that and create a specific day for consulting so that people know and they can come and meet with us. Well, from this point, I wanted to ask, are there people, maybe ideas people might have about what they want to consult with us, but I know some of you have just gotten in. So I will skip it, and if you guys have questions, please leave it to the very end. So this idea of career talks, we've just included it as part of our Mulisa activities, and the main objective is just to help develop all-round students, particularly from Maseno-University and beyond. For example, we really want students to understand the different disciplines of statistics and statistical concepts, and also how to express themselves in a statistical manner when they are meeting people out there. Of course, in these career talks, we want to bring people who are practicing statisticians, who can be able to also empower us and also share opportunities that are there, and also share about resources that all of us can be able to use in readiness for the lives outside campus. Eventually, all of us, after 4 years, we're expecting to do it, to graduate. So, because we know every time is invaluable, we propose that our career talks be 40-minute sessions in Zoom so that we can be able to also record them. Now, these 40-minute sessions will be split, as you can see there. We want to first 5 minutes people to settle, and then the next 20 minutes, we have a presentation, and then we have another final question and answer session before we call it a day, so that everybody will always know those are the times that we have, and we are specific to that. So our topic for the day is careers in statistics, and at this point, I want to invite Madam Joyce to take us through. Because we're sharing my screen, I'll be moving the slides. So you can take over, Jess, if you can hear me.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for joining us in this first career talk we are having. What a nice way to begin to ensure that our students are all round. When you come into Maseno-University, you should know exactly what you can become as a statistician. Move. Now, I want to introduce statistics as a discipline. I always tell you statistics is a support science. Like indicated, it is a discipline which has a symbiotic relationship with other fields. It supports other fields, but other fields also empower it. In other words, we help people learn about data, but we also get information from those people to enable us know how to help them in data. As students admitted in Maseno-University, you should be able to know what areas of specialization you have when admitted at the university. Statistics has various areas of specialization, which include, as indicated, Actuarial Science, Econometrics, Demography, Biostats, and lastly, General Statistics and Data Science. And the good thing about it is that you'll realize that as you join Maseno-University, you have the power to take any area of specialization. we took it upon ourselves to explain to the students what sections of the courses they can do to get these areas of specialization, and also what the specialization areas mean. Move. The first area of specialization,
Go straight to there.
I'll look at the areas of specialization. Indeed, admitted into Maseno-University, you can become an actuarial scientist. This is one of the most desired mathematical courses in the world. It deals majorly with evaluating risks, the possibility of something bad happening, or the effect of uncertainty on objectives. So actuarial scientists use mathematics, probability, and statistical principles to anticipate future events and take preventive measures. There are two major areas in applications of actuarial, which include pension and insurance, but experts have broadened this area so that their applications are in financial organizations and pretty much any organization that involves risk taking. When you come into Maseno-University, you can actually be admitted in the department for a program in applied statistics, but major as an actuarial scientist. But the modules you'll be taken are clearly defined. They are the MARC courses. Apart from just doing the course at Maseno, to become an actuary, you need to go for professional courses. Soon, Mulisa will be offering remedial classes for the actuarial professional course. Move. The next area of specialization you can get into when you're admitted in Maseno is econometrics. Who is an econometrician? This is an individual who uses statistics and mathematics to model and predict economic principles and outcomes. This person is both a social scientist, they are a business scientist, they are also a natural scientist. They are concerned with measurement of economic behavior and economic outcomes. And of course, we need them very much in government and business organizations to ensure that our economy remains afloat. When you get admitted into Maseno-University, the courses you could take include some MARC courses, but we have specific econometric courses, which include Mass 203, 313, 419, 422, 424, and 425. Next. Another area of specialization you could get into is demography. Who is a demographer? This is a person who studies changes in numbers of births, marriages, deaths, etc. They particularly study populations to determine their size and compositions, and to predict how they are likely to change in years to come. Of course, it involves some risks because you notice their deaths. So this person would study some MARC courses, but their specific demography courses, which if you take, you'll head to that specialization. Included are Mass 201, 204, 307, 311, 414, 417, and 420. Mass 201 is important because demographers do a lot of research. The next area of specialization is biostatistics. This is a person who applies mathematics and statistical methods to answer questions in medicine and public health. So if you enjoy research, you enjoy data analysis, you enjoy statistics, and you also enjoy science, this is the career for you. In our department, there are modules you can take which would head you in that direction. One particularly MARC course is survival analysis. You have Biostats courses running from Mass 106, 202, 304, 315, 308, 413, 415, 416, all the way to 436. So you make sure you do those courses if you want to head to a biostatistician. Next. And finally, data science. This is a relatively new field. And if you come into Maseno-University, you can, and you're admitted into the Department of Statistics and you're doing statistics, you can actually become a data scientist. This is a person who uses scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge and insights from data, both structured and unstructured. And they apply knowledge and actionable insights from data across a broad range of application domains. A relatively new area, which consists of so many things. You can see it includes maths and statistics, computer science and IT, and data science, machine learning, and the rest. And the modules you take in our department can head you in that direction, particularly the MIT courses, the maths courses, and also the MMA units. So admitted into the department, you have all those areas you can head towards. You need to start right from the word go and decide which area you want to specialize in. Thank you.
I think what we are basically saying is when you guys come to Maseno and particularly for those who are already doing applied statistics, it really prepares you to a broad range of career paths. Again, if you're just looking for a place called statistics, you'll not always get it. But when you really look, every other place, people are always asking for you. That's the beauty of statistics. For some of you who are doing actuarial science, of course, your path is almost already defined, but I think you do enough courses, not so that to be able to help you broaden your wings as you figure out what you want to become in future. So this first talk was focusing on some of the career paths which we are privy to. Remember, there are people who have gone and have done a lot more, and we'll be bringing them in to share with us so that they give us better pictures on more career paths, even those, you know, that are in between. So these are the ones we could think of and we've seen or even interacted with. And for this first session, I want to thank you all for listening. And we want to welcome reactions from you because now we are still having a good amount of time. And thank you so much for paying attention. Thank you, Madam Jess, for taking us through it. So I welcome questions. You can be able to either type, you can type the questions on the chat, or you can just unmute and then you can be able to ask. Okay.
I can see John Bosco has asked, how or when do we major in the path?
Okay.
And a second pattern has asked, what about those who are taking mathematical sciences fields?
Okay. So do you want to answer any of those, Joyce? You go first, or I try any of them first?
Let me try the first one.
Okay.
How or when do you major in the paths? Now, the beauty of all this is that at first year, almost all the courses are core to everyone. So you'll rarely not miss any, except if you want to go biostatistics. Some students miss on Mass 106. And at that time, you're a first year and you might not really know the career path that you want to pick. But by the time you're getting into second year, it should be clear you must have decided what you want to specialize in, and you will certainly not make a mistake after then. I only know about Mass 106, which is usually left out by students who are not statistics students. The students taking mathematical sciences are the luckiest students we have around. Those students can major in any area they want to major in. They can become actuarial science students, they can become applied statisticians, they can become pure and applied mathematicians. And even when they become statisticians, they can major in any of those parts that I've just mentioned. So you only need to know which particular path do you want to take and which are the courses that you need to take to head to that direction. Thomas, any more input?
Okay, so we have 10 more minutes. Okay. Yeah, I want to mention something. When we were presenting, you will notice we focused on MAS courses. And we were not just focusing we were actually focusing on elective courses. So most of you already have some compulsory core units, which include MMA, which are laying a base for almost any career path you can go for. And now when it comes to trying to major on, is now if people are informed in good time, then they can be in a better position to know what they really want to become in future. And I think that's one of the main reasons we are having this one. I'm really sorry to probably for Theas who might be here and maybe they've never had a session like this. But of course, right now, the point is, if you really are not sure what you want to become, I think we can maybe meet you as an individual and we chat with you like, what is it that you really want to become? Then we can see what you've done. And then maybe, is it possible for you to navigate it and still follow that path? So that's what I think wanted to say about the mathematical science fields. Like also Joyce has mentioned, mathematical science means you can either venture into pure or applied, and statistics in itself is part of applied mathematics. So it's a subset of applied mathematics. So you guys have the broader aspect, but then you can be able to focus more and get to a specific area of statistics that you want. I also want to thank the one who has given us a compliment. It was one of our former, and I really appreciate that. Oh, the question.
Wendy has asked, what if you've already made some of the elective courses? Can you still follow up with the rest?
Yeah, probably I will want to mention something. I will ask, how many courses do you guys do in a semester? Just on average. And I tend to find nowadays people, I don't know whether they're doing just strictly 7 for most students, or they can even do 8. And I think the maximum by the university is 9. If I would say, if you've missed something, unless they're building up, if they're not always, not all of them are always building up. So yeah, you can take some more where you are and get the idea at least, okay? And then you can be able to know your path. Yeah, that's what I can say. Maybe just
another comment I would want to make. Nowadays, we have students sticking to just 7, 8, the bare minimum. So sometimes it is restrictive. Try and go beyond the bare minimum.
There's an interesting question for the first years who are at home. How will they go about the face-to-face sessions? I think that one is more of an administrative question. We can't really answer it in this setting. We just pray that Corona will act right and the university will make the right decisions and we'll be able to come back and join us. However, I'm actually touched by the statement because you are a first year and you've come for this career session. The idea actually for this talk is to help you first see where you can go, and then you start planning from as early as first year. Yeah. Jess, you want to react to that, to act to that?
I think you've said it well.
Are there specific units for specializing in data science?
A data scientist needs statistics, they need mathematics, and they need the IT courses. So just make sure you're proficient in statistics, you're able to glean information from data. So the math courses will be ideal. The MIT courses will enable you be able to manipulate data using your computer. And I don't know whether I've missed out anything, Thomas. And even some of the math courses, because when you're dealing with data, data comes from any other area. It could be from business, from agriculture, from health.
Yeah, actually, for the data science, like you've said, the MITs introduce you into the technology world. If you don't have a very good background, I think they really introduce you, and I would say you really pay a lot more attention there. The MMAs are particularly also useful because a lot of the data scientists out there don't really always use statistics 100%. Sometimes they use a bit of pure math to write what we call an algorithm to solve a problem. So sometimes some math concepts are important. So I think probably, by that one, I have to probably confirm from people like Doni. I don't know whether Introduction to Analysis is a very important course, but I think it will be, yeah. And then, of course, still probably 50%, I will say, of whatever math that is required in data science is just statistics. So that one, it goes without saying, understanding enough of probability, enough of inferential statistics. It's important in data science also. So
Brandon Kawelu has asked for students taking maths business. Can this session be of any help? The group is confused. Thomas, can you answer that?
Yes, it can be of some help. Okay. And allow me to scroll back to this, the career in econometrics. So people taking math business, the challenge we've had is they don't know that ideally, they should have been taking more units from the School of Maths and less units from the School of Business. And the more units from the School of Maths will include MMAs and also MAS at least, because they are giving you an edge against people who are just taking BCom. You can go further and become an econometrician. So whether you're doing math business or math econ, I think that one is something good for you. However, please do understand that I think the limitation we had is because my background is also statistics, a lot more in statistics. So I focused a bit more on statistics. But yes, math business, you have that option. Personally, I would be saying put a good balance between MMAs and MAS. The problem is math business, math econ students, they don't do MAS, yet I do feel that they are important for you beyond here, beyond in university.
And I mentioned they use statistics and mathematics to model and predict economic principles and outcomes.